Dougie, 3 straight wins, you've got to be pleased with that.
Very pleased. I'm very pleased for the fans, really, because it's been a difficult season for them, with many ups and downs, but they're starting to see a team that's coming together that's more than capable of winning games, and that's what they're showing. The performance over the last maybe dozen games have been good, but they're starting to put that together with the results, and that's come, and that gives you confidence to go into the next game, and they're certainly looking forward to games.
What would you say it is that's changed?
The dynamics of the group has changed as well. Unfortunately, 1 or 2 have to move on and 1 or 2 come in, and all of a sudden you can play in a different style. You can only play with what you've got at times, and the fans have been terrific because they're fully understanding in terms of what we're trying to do at the football club. There is a plan put in place, and that plan doesn't happen overnight. You've come down from the Premiership and you're holding certain players that may want to move on. And they're frustrated as much as you, so therefore when you clear the decks up, when you get younger, hungrier players in, therefore the results can seem to take it a different way, and that's what's happened right now.
Do you think everybody involved in the club has to sort of take a long-term view then? Because obviously last year when you came in, you had that great run, you got into the playoffs, everybody was thinking, brilliant, Bolton will be fantastic this season, but it hasn't turned out this way. Have you got a long-term plan?
I think, I've got a long-term plan, but you're in football and you always need to make sure you're always looking at it short-term as well. But me personally, as a young coach, I've got a long-term plan for Bolton in terms of where they're going to be. But you can never express that too much, because in football that doesn't really happen, because you've got guys like yourself who always want to talk short-term, which is I'm very comfortable as well. Short-term plans are very, very simple. You've got to get the right dynamics in the group and pick up results on a consistent basis. But we've not been doing. We've not been consistent enough. There's been too many lows in the season. Now we're hitting a little bit of consistency. That's again through the dynamics of the group changing. So I'm fully aware exactly the expectations, but I'm also realise, and I think the Bolton fans realise as well, that there is a plan put in place, and it's going to take time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's been well documented. Financial situation off the field, and I think that's bringing us together to everybody understands exactly where we're going to go. Quick fixes going to go by players are days gone by. I think we've got to look at younger players, we've got to buy in younger players and wait for their potential to fulfil, and I think that's possible what you're seeing right now.
Having said that, you've brought a few players in from the loan market and what have you. I mean, Joe Mason's obviously been a great signing for you and showed exactly why you wanted to bring him in. 3 goals in his last 3 years.
Joe's done very well, but you're right, you're saying that you can never being an ex-goal scorer, you give him all the credit that's due. It's fantastic, but I believe the defence has been the key to it. We've been conceded 1 goal, scored 11 in the last 3 games, and the defensive unit has been fantastic. With Jace being in the middle, playing fantastically well, giving the opportunities to the strikers. Being an ex-striker myself, it's very difficult. You're 1 or 2-0 down. There's more pressure on you. When it's 0-0, it gives you a little bit more confidence. And I think that's the key. Well, I believe that's the key to our success. And it's not just helping Joe. It's helping Mark Davis. It's helping 1 or 2. These younger players have got to have the right environment around them, and making sure that the team's set up in such a way that helps them. And I believe it's the defence, rock solid defence, that's helping that.
I think Jermaine Beckford missed out on the weekend, and he still had this hamstring problem.
No, he's fine. He's ready to go. Jermaine. He's in the squad. He just didn't quite make the bench. That's what happens when you're in a very competitive industry, and that's the same as tomorrow. He'll be in the squad, and we'll just have to wait and see where he's at. A small bit of injury news. We've got Chris Eagles. He's got an eye infection, so we don't know quite how that's going to be. But that's the nature we're in. That's the business we're in.
Any further new updates on Stuart Holden?
Stuart Holden, no further updates. He's seen the specialist today as we speak. They're going to have a little look into his knee and see where he's at. And if it's the new, because there's certain scan didn't tell us exactly everything, we'll have a little look in there. And if he finds what he does find, he operates. If he doesn't, he stitches it back up, and we'll go from there. But no real any news tomorrow. I'll be able to tell you more.
Everybody will be rooting for him, obviously.
We all are. He's a fantastic fella and a real good professional, and he's a trier, and he'll keep on giving it a go. There's no doubt about that. We're really disappointed for him, but very supportive of him in his comeback.
So, given the way everything's gone on in the last few weeks, you'll go to Derby with quite a bit of confidence. We are doing okay right now, but this division's got an awful habit of biting you. When you're not expecting it, because of the anybody can beat anybody from the top to the bottom. So just because we are going to Derby, it doesn't make us more intimidated, or we feel because we're in a good run of form it's going to be easier. It's going to be a difficult match against a very good manager that will have a team. It's a free-form football team, so we've got to be organised. We've got to have the right structure in the team and make sure we don't get intimidated by their crowd. I do believe we've got the right personnel right now to do that.
So despite the fact that you've got a fair-sized cushion between yourselves and the bottom end of the table, still a lot of work to be done as far as...
Of course there is. Well, we've got pride, we've got self-pride, we've got standards to as well, and we're well below where we want to be, well below, so we've got to make sure we keep on winning games. And I'm not one for ever looking back at tables or look at last results or last year. I'm always trying to look forward, and that's how I try and live my life, in fact. So we're going to be looking forward and trying to catch the next team up, and then kind of keep on doing that starting tomorrow night.